Hey guys, Caden West here, and today I'm going to give you the top 5 pre-runner mods you can do to your truck. So with no further ado, let's get straight to the video. Alright, so probably the most obvious and coming in at probably, let's say, just number 0 here is suspension setup. So with any truck that you're wanting to build for pre-running or being a race truck, you want a great suspension system on the truck so it can, number one, handle better. You're not going to break your truck on any jumps. It can fit bigger tires, so in turn it can handle better as well. So just coming in at probably number 0 would just be suspension. So once you have a good suspension setup laid out, number 1 is going to be armor. You're going to want to armor your truck up as much as possible, including skid plates, front bumpers, rear bumpers, sliders, roll cage, etc. For one, so you don't get hurt, and for second, your truck doesn't get hurt when you do inevitably slide off the road and hit something or run into a tree, so on and so forth. One of the first things I did once upgrading my suspension so I could fit the larger tires I wanted to run was getting my front bumper built up, and then probably the next couple steps I want to do is building up my rear bumper, have a better skid plate, stuff like that. So just in the worst case possible, when I do inevitably wreck, I can try to save as much of the truck as possible. Alright, so coming in at number 2 would have to be lights. So a lot of people kind of look over this mod for building up a pre-runner. Lights. For one, you don't need super bright headlights necessarily, but I mean there's a couple of things that would help. So maybe some rock lights would help for one, and then a couple, maybe a small light bar or a couple light pods would help. A lot of people look over this step, but when you're pre-running, most likely there's going to be dirt and dust, maybe snow or rain in the air. And actually amber tinted light bars and light pods, lights, etc. can help you see in those rough conditions. You can probably find more videos about the science of that online, but basically what I know is it doesn't reflect as much light back to you when it's amber tinted. So they can help you basically if you're pre-running with a buddy or something like that and he's tossing dirt and mud in your face, and it's not going to be so blinding for him as long as they're, amber tinted as well and not so bright. So number 3 would have to be probably the most overlooked one, which would be recovery points and recovery gear. Basically, I don't know how many times I've seen people get stuck or wreck in a ditch or something like that, and someone's trying to tow them out and be like, oh, where's your tow points at, or where's this, or do you have any gear to help? And they have nothing because they weren't thinking of that before they headed out. So basically, just first recognizing where your tow points are if your truck comes with some, or fabricating some for your truck, and then basically having a few recovery gear. So basically, I know on my Tacoma I have a tow point in the back and I have one up front, and I'm hoping for, and I mean technically I could use my bumper as a tow point or a recovery point as well, and then eventually I'm going to get my tube bumper in the back. That will work as a recovery point as well. And then some of the gear that I have would be like a shovel, I have a high lift jack, I have a couple of max track boards and stuff like that, a couple of ropes and chains. So just kind of helping the guy out that is going to be helping with the recovery process, just in case he doesn't have any gear as well. And then just helping yourself out in the long run too, so you don't hook up to something that you've never towed on before, haven't looked up anything beforehand, and then maybe ripping your bumper off. So that'd probably be number 3, would be recovery points and recovery gear. So coming in at number 4 would be for your comfort mainly, but it would be upgrading your seats. So obviously most trucks that are on the market today don't come with upgraded racing seats unless you're grabbing something like the Ford Raptor or such. But you got to keep in mind when you're you know, not even when you're racing or just say you're just having fun out on some trails, you know, the bumps and the whiplashes in the road are going to be throwing you back and forth. You want a seat that can keep you comfortable and keep you in your seat and in front of your steering wheel, because you don't know how many accidents could happen if you get thrown out of your seat and you're unaligned with your steering wheel. You might make an adjustment that you didn't mean to make, and now you're off the road already. You probably don't have to go as far as getting a, you know, $1,000 racing seat with harnesses and such, but just a nice seat that can keep you planted in front of the steering wheel and have you control of your vehicle while you are driving off-road would be a really nice investment, and it could save you money in the long run. So probably number 4 would have to be upgrading your seats. So kind of connecting with number 4 in a way would be number 5 would having a roll cage. So again, safety would probably be you know, my number 1 thing while off-road racing and such. And then also, I'm pretty sure every race that you're going to be competing in or entering your truck in is going to need a roll cage. That's probably one of the first investments you should look into doing. It can save your life. It could possibly save, you know, any passenger's life and stuff like that. And it can help too. You can hook up harnesses to it, make it safer in that sense, keeping you in front of the wheel, just like the last point. And again, everybody that, any organization that's going to be running these races and such, or even if you're just out having fun, you're going to need a roll cage. So that'd probably be number 5, would just be having a roll cage inside your pre-runner. All right, guys, I hope you liked my list. Hopefully some of them weren't way too obvious, but I just wanted to kind of put my insight on there and kind of tell you what I have plans for as well with my truck based off of my list. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you want to see more videos, just kind of like, comment, remember to subscribe, and I'm going to try to come up with some more content for you guys. But yeah, thanks for tuning in.